Hi everyone, this is Star with Ariana Stark. This is another Pickup Pile reading. The topic we are going to cover is messages from your angels. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you stumble upon it, have a look at it because the messages are just for you. We have two piles here. This is pile A, which is the sun, and this is pile B, which is the hat. Viewers, you can also pause the video and reflect on the piles, or maybe you can intuitively decide which pile you are being drawn to. We also have the timestamp given in the description box, so in case you want to proceed directly to your reading, you can do just that. I'll remove pile B for now. So pile A, those of you who pick pile A, which is the sun, certainly you are someone who is quite optimistic or who is like a breath of fresh air. You bring in sunlight in the life of others. You bring in a lot of joy. I'm also picking up that pile A, you are somebody who's quite mischievous as well, because you see this smiley on this face. This person is winking. So maybe you're up to mischief, and you lighten the atmosphere with your radiance, your charm. You're also someone who can take the obstacles in your path, or the roadblocks which are there in your life, with a positive attitude. I think the color yellow will also help you a lot. Let's keep this aside for now. Pile A, the first card we have in your reading is the King of Wands. Like I said, that you're someone who's bringing in a lot of energy. So Wands, as you know, is someone who is a fire energy, or the sun signs which you're dealing with could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I'm also picking up that you're quite creative as a person. At the time of this reading, you may also be finding yourself in a situation where you are being tested. Maybe somebody above you or somebody who's superior than you could underestimate your talents on purpose, or could put you in a spot of bother by giving you a task. He or she may think that you may not be up to it, but then you're going to take charge of the situation, and then you can come up trumps. Besides, I think you will prove yourself. Certainly also someone who knows how to turn heads. There's also a possibility that there'll be work-related recognition which is going to be on the cards. For some of you, I'm also picking up that pile A, maybe you have had disagreements or differences with someone, then you should bury the hatchet and move on. Pile A, you'll also be concerned with somebody's health, so maybe you're being hard-pressed for time because you have to be the caregiver. Whatever it is, I think pile A, you're going to be someone who shines bright like a diamond or shines bright like the sun. That should be quite apt. Also, when it comes to decision making, I think you should take your time. You should not rush headlong. Maybe you need to be a bit more patient. Interestingly, the next card we have here is take your time making this decision. This is from Archangel Michael. Basically, pile A, you're being called upon to weigh the pros and cons. You have to find solutions to your problems, or whatever it is that you're deliberating upon. There could be confusion or ambiguity with respect to a matter that is plaguing you, so you're being called upon not to rush. Rather, you should decide or think carefully before you move forward with whatever decision it is. Sometimes, it's no point forcing the issue as well, because you are being called upon to take your time or be more patient with respect. So sometimes, we defer signing the contract, or we take more time before we say yes. So there's no harm in doing this. In fact, more information will definitely help you in the long run. It will definitely help you come to a better decision. I think, pile A, you should also not be pressurized by other people around you when it comes to decision making. Ideally, you should follow your own heart. That's what is being said about you. The next card we have here is from Lenormand, which is the Star. This is interesting because you have picked the sun and now we have another celestial body, which are the stars. So the stars are definitely guiding you, or this is concerned with respect to fate, meaning has a big hand in your reading, or fate is going to play an important role with respect to your life at this point in time. You're definitely being guided by the heavens above. You know this person, he's standing at the prow of a boat and he's looking up at the stars if you look closely. So he's looking for direction from the stars above. The stars are shining brightly for you. In fact, they are guiding you. Maybe there's something to explore or something new, and you are desiring clarity. So the stars are giving you that clarity with respect to a decision. Basically, you should also focus on spiritual matters, and you should understand that whatever plans there are there, or whatever things that are there in your mind, are coming to fruition thanks to the guidance that you're getting from your angels. Another card we have here is Healer. You have the spiritual gift of healing and a desire to share it with others. Interestingly, while I was talking about the King of Wands, I said that at the time of this reading, you may be dealing with someone who needs your attention with respect to you being the caregiver. Maybe you have to play the role of a caregiver. Possibly somebody around you is unwell. That is why these demands are there. You are a compassionate being, no doubt, and others see you as your savior. You have that gift to heal others. In fact, you may not even be in the medical profession. Still, you're someone who could soothe with your words or with your kind words. Maybe you're also someone who practices alternative healing methods. You should get attuned to that kind side of your personality, because that will help you, and this will inspire others as well to help others. Maybe you're a role model for other people around you as a caregiver or as a healer. I think maybe you're also someone who is interested in the occult sciences, or someone who's interested in healing profession, because we also had the stars, which is connected to the astrological science. So maybe you should tap into that side of your intuitive personality and help others. I think, Pile, you're also being called upon to inculcate a more healthy lifestyle, as it will help your body and soul. The next card, incidentally, we have Sobriety. This is from Archangel Raphael. A sober lifestyle for you or someone around you whom you're caring for will definitely help the person. You know, sometimes we get addicted to an unhealthy lifestyle, or maybe we need help because of these addictions, whether it's for alcohol or whether it's for our love of unhealthy foods or junk food. So you need to do away with that and inculcate a more positive outlook towards your food habits. Some of you may also be sensitive to chemicals, so take steps to avoid them. I think all in all, Pile, you should incorporate more organic food, do away with preservatives and pesticides, because, you know, as a healer also, when your chakras are aligned, and they become more and more active if you are doing away with preservatives or food which is unhealthy for you. The next card we have here is Express Your Love. In case you are in love, Pile, then you are being called upon to be more flirtatious. Maybe you should express your feelings for this person. Maybe you should make the romantic gesture. You should take the initiative. Perhaps you could pour your feelings out to that person. Besides, the more you give, the more you will get. Maybe you will feel an outpouring of love within your heart. I mean, your heart chakra will open up and you will feel more up and about, or you will feel more happy, and that happiness will also help others around you. That will amplify your aura. I think, Pile, you're also someone who has a lot of suitors. Maybe they think that you're not reciprocating. maybe he thinks that you are sidelining him or you're ignoring his feelings towards you. So be more open and be receptive if you want love or if you want to welcome love into your life. You should also be open to the idea of spiritual love, meaning it's like if you're connecting with the angels or with God above, then you should be open to it. Self-love is also something which you should work on, Pile, or you should be open to receiving love from family members as well. The next card we have is big dreams. If you notice, we have the moon here. So already in this reading, we have the sun, we have the stars, and we now have the moon. So you're quite intuitive and you're quite gifted as a personality, Pile A. Maybe you're going to have those intuitive feelings, or you're going to have those dreams which are going to come up, or which could be quite insightful. So pay attention to them. I'm also picking up that you have aspirations for the future, or with respect to your love life, or with respect to your professional life. You certainly have certain ideas about how you should proceed, and that is what you're going to work towards. Maybe you're also imagining, besides if you're going to imagine, you're going to manifest it sooner or later. So you should not doubt yourself. I think for some of you, I'm also picking up that in case you're in love, then if you're being called upon to express yourself because you have big dreams from this relationship, so maybe you should make the move, because you're not going to be disappointed with respect to this. In fact, you will find that the person may also confess that he was always in love with you. Maybe you're also someone who's coming across as very intelligent. Like I said at the beginning of this reading, you're someone who is the center of attention. So you also want to come across as someone who has the gift of the gab, or someone who can use the right words, and it's your wit which is going to be helping you out in any situation that you are in. I think your own financial condition could be okay, but then you may be concerned about the financial condition of a loved one. Possibly, in case you're married, you may also be fretting over your spouse's decisions as well. Maybe you have dreams, and to realize those dreams, you think that your spouse has to work harder. The next card we have for Pile is you're profoundly clairvoyant. Certainly, Pile A, you are a person who is quite attuned to your higher self, or who is quite connected. Maybe you're also getting visions, like I said, because we have moon in this reading. Moon symbology in the big dreams card. So you have the gift of spiritual sight or insight. Maybe you're also getting downloads or from the universe. Maybe your messages are coming in from your angels or from your higher self through the crown chakra, or in case there are blockages there, then you should work on it to clear that energy, so that the communication between you and your higher self becomes more frequent. The next card we have here is relationship dynamics. Possibly there are changes which are happening and which you need to deal with in your relationship. Some changes are there in your life at this time of this reading. Maybe you're also growing apart from someone. Maybe it's important to understand that this transition is necessary. Sometimes we need to let go of people whom we no longer need in our life. This will help you in the long run. Maybe right now you may not be getting a grip of that, or maybe you're not going to understand why the separation has come about, but then this will bring in a healthy balance in your life. Possibly the universe wants you to reevaluate your relationships as well. The next card we have is breaking barriers. Certainly, Pile, you are expanding beyond limitations into joy and freedom, meaning you're growing towards light. Again, we have the sun here, the sunlight is falling, and the leaves or the shoots are going up. So this is again a possibility in your life that you're breaking the barriers. Maybe there are self-imposed limitations that you have put on yourself. So you're breaking free from those situations or circumstances. Whatever it is that is holding you back is not required, or is no longer important. You're not someone who is going to let fear impede your progress. So you're being called upon to trust your instincts. Maybe it's not easy to break through. It's not always neat and tidy. Maybe there's chaos always on account of the transition period. But eventually you should realize that everything is going to fall in place. The last card we have for pile A is coins support. I think financial support is something which you are requiring because we have coins, and it's also the time clock or the time symbology in this card. Time is definitely a factor in your relationships or with respect to work as well. I think if you need financial assistance, then you should be open to the support that is required to get ahead of the situation. The material support that you're getting from others around you, or even in case you're looking for a job, then you should ask, or you should collaborate with other people, and you should tap into your contacts and promote yourself, because this material support would definitely benefit you. Pile A, we also have lots of green, so you're working on your heart chakra. You need to be more attuned to your feelings from the heart. Maybe you're so intuitive that sometimes we block those intuitive feelings that we get. So work on your heart chakra, your crown chakra, because this will definitely benefit you a great deal. It will make you more open and more responsive to the gifts that you have. I hope, Pile, you liked your reading. This is Star with Ariana Stark. Please give us your feedback in the comment section. Those of you who picked Pile B, these are your messages from your angels. You picked the hat or the cap, so I'm definitely picking up that you're someone who wears many hats, or you have your hands in many pies. Possibly you have to be the role player, or you're playing many roles in this life. Maybe you're a sister, or you're a brother, or your sibling. There are demands on you from your loved ones. Even at work, there are demands on you from your colleagues or co-workers. There are embellishments on this hat, so definitely there's going to be some achievements which are coming your way. Like the saying goes, there are feathers in your cap. You're adding feather to your cap. So certainly at this point of time, when you have a look at this reading, you're going to definitely be someone who's going to be recognized for your skills. Possibly you're someone who's also a good communicator, because you're playing so many roles in your life. That means that you need to be very gifted with respect to communication, or with you're quite eloquent as well. Let's keep this aside for now. The first card we have is Queen of Wands. Certainly, Pile B, you're someone who's quite attractive, who's exuding that charm, that sensuality. You're someone who makes the opposite sex go weak in the knees. Besides, you're also someone who knows how to pull everything or pull everyone around, or even if you're in circumstances where you're finding yourself being let down by others around you, but then you will find a way out, because divine intervention is also something which I'm picking up for Pile B. Basically, your angels are there supporting you, even if others betray you or they are envious of you. You know how to find a way, because you have that go-getter attitude. Another card we have here is Five of Cups. Like I said, communication is the key for Pile B. You may also weigh your words carefully. You need to be more mindful of other people around you. Ideally, I think Pile B, you should clarify before you jump to conclusions. Besides, I think there could be some emotional issues that you're dealing with. Maybe you may also be disappointed, because sometimes, we don't get what we desire. But you have to accept the plans that the universe has for you. For some of you, I'm also picking up there's lack of trust in your relationships, because this betrayal is there, which is on the cards with Pile B. Sometimes, we are not able to carry on the task the way we would have liked, whether at home or whether at the workplace, we get distracted. Besides, you have to deal with those interruptions, but then you should realize that these limitations or these roadblocks which are there, which is also preparing you for a better life ahead. Maybe it's the testing time, but then this time also helps sharpen our skills. Ideally, pile B, you should also have to focus on your priorities. Some days you may find that there are emergency situations, or maybe your superior could call upon you to take charge of certain situations. So you have to keep aside everything else. Sometimes you may also feel that you are being bullied or tormented by your superior, but then the pressure also helps get out the best from us. It also helps us understand our talents. You will find your colleagues or some people who are there around you who will help you out, even if some others let you down. For pile B, I'm also picking up that there could be new clients for you, or there could be new customers, so you should ink your deal carefully. You may also find a former client could also reach out to you. Sometimes you may feel that colleagues are not honest or sincere, or maybe your workers are not honest and sincere in case you are in a leadership position. Pile B, like I said, you may be picking up certain skills at this time when you have a look at this reading. So maybe technical issues could also bog you down. Maybe you need to learn to handle the technical issues, whether it's the computer or new software that you're dealing with. Nonetheless, there'll be surprises in store for you. We should realize that whatever is happening is happening on account because God is in charge of your life. Nothing happens without His knowledge, so you should accept the situation and accept and understand that. Besides, it's reassuring to have this message around because the angels are certainly have your back. Because it's no point worrying about the situation or fretting about the situation, even if you feel knives are out. You should know that it is all preordained and it will all work out fine because your angels are supporting you. I think you should all ask your colleagues. Like I said, some colleagues will be helping you out, so you should ask them to help you. Or you should also ask your angels for support because the angels will only step in when you say that prayer or you request them to come into your life. The next card we have here is the burial mound or the tomb from Lenormand, or the coffin, you can say that as well. Some kind of ending has to take place in case you want to move forward. Maybe you're also dealing with loss of a person, or maybe because we have the 5 of Cups here, so you're in mourning. As you see this lady here, it's quite a dark energy here. Besides this color, also black shows up in this reading. But you should realize that God is in charge, so this is also necessary. Sometimes you need to get away from people who no longer are required in your life. Do you also notice that in this card we have a single crow which is flying above? So maybe there are messages from the underworld which you're getting, or there's paranormal activity around you. Perhaps pile B, you should also clear your aura. It will help you heal. For some of you, I'm also picking up that you should be careful of your health issues, or maybe there's sickness which you have to deal with. Sickness also gives us a time to reflect, and it's also kind of an awakening. Sometimes sickness could also help understand our own purpose in life. Hard though it may seem, it could lead to spiritual growth because the dark night of the soul has to take place in case we want to evolve. Another card we have here is talk to your angels. Like I said, the angels will only step in when you ask them to, or when you need the guidance and help from them. You have to ask them. In any area of life where you feel that there are impediments, including your career or your finances, you should call upon them. Besides, like I said, there's no point worrying or complaining about the circumstances you're in, because, fretting over a situation could only aggravate it. Fortunately, worry can also turn into prayer, so prayers will definitely allow your angels or God to intervene in your free will choices. The next card we have is Good Night's Sleep. Archangel Raphael is the angel who's asking you to rest and retreat from situations and gather your thoughts. Maybe you need to recharge your battery, so you need to sleep soundly, and the next day you'll be refreshed. Archangel Raphael is a healing angel, and he wants you to heal yourself by relaxing your nerves. Maybe you should also tell your concerns specifically to Archangel Raphael. The quality of our sleep is connected to our health, so you need to step back, withhold yourself, gather yourself, and then move forward. The next card we have is You Deserve Love. In case you feel that you haven't reached a dead end in relationships or in your personal life or with matters to the heart, you should realize that you need to love yourself first and be brimming with joy. Only then, this Cupid's arrows can strike you. Incidentally, this card has a lady with an arrow which she is. So in case you want suitors around, so you should be more open and more receptive, or maybe you should mingle with the opposite sex. Possibly you could join some club or some activity which you are doing, which will certainly help you get acquainted with members of the opposite sex. You should remember that you are a very loving and kind person. Like I said, you have also got the Queen of Wands. So you may think at this point that maybe you feel that you don't deserve love, but then you are someone who makes the opposite sex go weak in the knees. You are someone who is quite loving and lovable. At this time of this reading, there's or the heavens are going to open up right now. So this is certainly a sign that you need to be more open because you are being blessed. Maybe you've also had some harsh experiences in the past, but then you shouldn't blame yourself. I think some of you should also read up on soulmates and understand that there's somebody who's there waiting for you. Some members of the opposite sex are going to show an interest in you, like I said. Maybe some will talk loudly to get your attention. There could be people there could be that someone who definitely makes you go restless. In case you're in an on-again, off-again relationship, maybe you're going to contemplate on the future of the relationship. Maybe you think there's no commitment in this relationship. Maybe you're also feeling like you have been forsaken or the person has forgotten you. On the other hand, I think in case you're in a romantic connection also, you should not have those periods of self-doubt. Maybe you should exchange love notes with the person, but you should be careful because I think there are also going to be prying eyes around you. In case you're in a relationship where there's some kind of estrangement, like because we have the 5 of Cups here, so in case your marriage life is a bit unhappy, then you should work on it. Another card we have here is Abandoned. So the theme of loss and despair is definitely there in pile B, but you should realize healing has to take place, and you have to understand that these are karmic lessons or these are karmic relationships that you're dealing with, whether at the workplace or whether within the home front, in your personal life. I think whatever this feeling of being left in the cold, you also need to be protected at this point. Somebody who's your confidant or someone who is there around you, you need to speak to the person, you need to reach out to that person. Sometimes, when we are left to our own devices or when we are forsaken, then we find that inner strength or inner reliance which comes in handy. Besides, these are survival skills that will help you in the long run. So it's no point isolating yourself. It's better to get a grip of your situation and move forward. The next card we have is Heart Chakra. This reading all the cards seem to mirror each other. Your emotions are at work in this reading, and this is certainly something which is coming up every now and then. It seems to be the recurring theme of this reading. So, pile B, you shouldn't be disheartened, but rather, you need to work on the 4th chakra, which is the Anahata chakra. So maybe you could have crystals like rose quartz or jade, or maybe green tourmaline for your heart chakra to open it up. You should trust your feelings and trust the wisdom as well that you're getting from the divine or from the universe. The next card we have here is Keep the Faith from the Butterfly Oracle deck. Some of the changes is that your experiences or your experience has been challenging for you, no doubt, but this card definitely urges you to keep faith or keep your faith in the divine. Besides, like I said, there's divine intervention which is on the cards. At the onset of this reading, I had pointed out that I'm picking up that there's God is in charge in your relationships or in your life, and even if everything is falling apart, you must realize that everything is being taken care of by the angels above. Besides, you should have faith that there'll always be light at the end of the tunnel, or there'll always be a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Maybe this time of reflection will also help you focus on spiritual or religious matters as well. The next card we have is Receiving from Angels. Shimmering wings of angels embrace me with love. So even if the feeling of abandonment is there, this card is right next to this card here, which is the abandonment card. So even if the feelings of abandonment are there, you should realize that we have the angels who are supporting us. Maybe some of you have felt as though you have not been protected or you have not been showered with blessings, but it is also the heart here. If you look carefully at this card, we have the angel, and behind it the wings. It's like as though it's the shape of a heart here. So the heart chakra also came up in this reading, and here again is the same symbol which is repeating itself. Angelic energy is there around you, which is embracing you. Again, the purple color has also come up in your reading. So this is with respect to your crown chakra, and spiritual awakening is quite likely for pile B. Last but not the least, we have the card Umbrella, which is shelter. So like you place a hat on your head to shelter yourself from the sun or from the storm or from the breeze. It's also some kind of an embellishment, or it's something which it's an accessory as well. A hat is an accessory. Likewise, we have the umbrella, which is a protective shield that you need and which you are getting in your life at this point in time. That song from Rihanna, Under My Umbrella? I think you should look up the lyrics of that song. Somebody who's there around you who's always be your friend. That's what I'm picking up right now. So you should be remembering that, or you should keep in mind that whatever it is, even if you are feeling as though you are abandoned or you are feeling isolated, you are being sheltered, no doubt, by the angels, or someone is there around you, has got your back. A protective force is there, like a hand or the influence of somebody is there in your life. Like I said, the heavens are opening up, so you need the umbrella in your life, and the heavens are blessing you. I think that calls for some cheer. Thank you, Palvi, for joining me. Please give us your feedback in the comment section. This is Ariana Stark signing off. Take care. Bye. Till the next time.